back to another video in the Grand Market line. Romance Dawn is almost at its end, with Paramount War just around the corner. I wanted to take one last look at Romance Dawn and see what the booster box prices look like, as well as what pre-sales look like for the re-wave as far as the information that I could find. And then follow that up with some cards that I think you should be looking at getting from the new Paramount War booster box coming out. Booster boxes for Romance Dawn are sitting around $280. It makes it really hard to get the cards that we want from this set with such a high price point. Fortunately, if you look on eBay, you can see that on March 23rd, there seems to be a second wave coming out. If this is true, that would hopefully drive some of those prices down. Boxes do get reprinted. I think we have to take another look at cards like Nami, the alternate art version. It's so iconic, and it just seems like it's going to go up in so much value in the future. There's no way I can't keep coming back to this card and looking at it, but with a price point of $205, I can't justify it right now. I actually sold one of my copies around this price point, so buying it back at $205 would just feel super wrong. However, if it does drop, I want to pick cards up like Nami, Zoro, and some of the other Straw Hat characters. I just can't see them not holding long-term value in the future. Because Paramount War is only a week away from coming out, I don't think it means that we should forget about some of the other great sealed product that's already been released to us. These pre-release structure decks are sitting at $679, and I'm not saying that price point is for everyone, and it may even go down. But these sealed cards are definitely going to be sought after in the future, and I don't think we can just look over them. Keep an eye out for these cards. And that a lot of people feel as if they missed out on the first Romance Dawn booster box and didn't get all the lucrative value that they could have, considering all the cards went up so high. Therefore, some of the people that feel as if they missed out put all of their money into Paramount War, and they're trying to accumulate some of that value out of this set the same way that others did on Romance Dawn. You have prices that are sitting at $248, like this Sanji alternate art card, that are way overpriced. Try not to buy into these cards early. Let their prices settle a few weeks after release, and then try and go in and pick up some of the cards that you want. Anything away from this video, take away this next point. I saw a few of the Paramount War booster boxes being opened, and they have this really cool thing called a revision pack, as well as a box topper pack in the next booster box. The revision pack has structured deck cards that were errataed, and now they're reprinted inside of the box, and you're able to pull them inside of these revision packs. That was such a cool way for the game to reintroduce errata cards back into the game, as well as allow players to pick up cards from the structure decks that they may have missed out on, considering that some of the structure decks are sitting as high as $60 today. Other cards you don't want to miss out on, and I've mentioned it before, is Sunny Coon. It's a promo card. They're a little bit harder to find, and they're now sitting at $10. They were around $8 when I first mentioned them in my first video. Hopefully you picked them up then, but if you haven't, this may be your last chance before they really start to go up. So keep an eye out on these. Next up, I wanted to mention cards such as Edward Newgate and other cards from the Paramount War booster box that I think you should keep an eye out on. I don't think you should necessarily buy these cards, but if you're at your local card shop and you see someone pull them, definitely trade up for some of these cards. These are staples for the certain colors that I'm going to mention. And if you're playing that color, such as Newgate for red, then try to trade your friends for them rather than pay these high price tags. But you're definitely going to want them if you want to make your deck as meta as possible. So again, the first one being Edward Newgate, the 9-drop. You're going to need this guy. I'm going to run through these quickly, so this might be a little fast, but definitely keep an eye out for some of these. So you have Squard. He's a box topper. I've heard that he's used in like 50% of the decks, but a lot of decks enjoy using him, but he's not used across every single one, but definitely a viable option in some decks. Kazuki Odin, I've heard, is ran as a 4 of, so if you need this guy, you're definitely going to want to trade for him. His price tag is huge right now. This is the pre-release prices. I do expect some of these to go down, but do know you're going to need 4 of this guy in a lot of green builds. Not all of them. This is Ivankov for the blue decks. His picture's not here yet, and he's sitting around $200, but that price is surely going to drop, but you're going to need this card. Other cards that you may need is the Monkey D. Luffy card for the blue decks. It's not too bad right now. It's sitting at around $22, so if that gets even cheaper, that would be great. Is Coon. He's from the new black color cards that we're going to be getting. He's a really neat card. He's one of the first cards in the One Piece card game that has an on-play effect that allows us to draw. And anytime you can get card advantage in a game, that's a really great thing to have. So you can see why he's a staple in a 4-of in most black decks. Next up, we have Sakazuki. He causes you to lose that card advantage by trashing a card, but you get to KO a card that's 5 cost or lower. These prices are a little high right now, so definitely try to trade for these. I'm going to continue to mention that all these cards will drop after the release of the Paramount War booster boxes. So just be patient. Definitely pick the cards you want and go after them right away. Bussolini allows you to charge up his attack by 1,000. So it'd be a 6,000 beater card, and then he can't be KO'd by card effects. So definitely another powerful card, definitely a staple. The last black card that I'm going to mention is the alternate art 10-drop Coon. He allows you to minus all of your opponent's characters by 5 costs, and then you can KO one of those characters that have a cost of 0 after the deduction. Finally, I just wanted to mention what the Paramount War booster box prices were currently on TCG. They're sitting at $194. The good news is that they've continued to go down. They've definitely been higher since I've been on here checking. You can see that on February 14th, they were about $259. And then today we can get them as low as $194 plus shipping. So that's an extra $15. Always call your local card stores. I've called 2 of mine. I was able to at least get 1 box from each of those stores for around $120. So it can be a huge saving by just making a phone call. Definitely try that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know which cards you guys are excited about from Paramount War. It's really cool that we're finally getting it.